Welcome to Key Tech. Please describe this channel if you are interested in today's video. In the past few years, Huawei has suffered heavy losses in the days when it was sanctioned by the United States. Many people think that what Huawei has missed is only some mobile phone shipments and market share. But in fact, what Huawei has missed are two very rare opportunities. First, Chinese domestic brands have completely surpassed Samsung and Apple to become the most famous smartphone technology brand in the world company. Second, the commercialization of 5G will bring about an all-round leapfrog development in terms of technology and market share. However, although Huawei has suffered a lot, those companies related to Huawei are not having a good time. Among the companies that are highly connected to Huawei, except for TSMC, which is basically unaffected by virtue of its near-market monopoly advantage, companies including Qualcomm, ASML, and Intel have all received considerable losses. ASML and many parties have confirmed that the United States, Japan and the Netherlands have reached an agreement. Although the agreement has not been made public, anyone with a discerning eye knows that this agreement involves DUV lithography machines. Otherwise, the United States will not find the Netherlands and Japan, which also have the mass production and manufacturing capabilities of lithography machines. The United States has blocked ASML from the Netherlands from shipping EUV lithography machines, and if it wants to sell it, it can only be DUV lithography machines. However, after the United States, Japan and the Netherlands joined forces, Qualcomm publicly supported Huawei, saying that its shipments to Huawei would not be affected. I am afraid that Japan and Netherlands have fallen into the trap. ASML is deeply troubled by the US rules, and the inability to freely ship EUV lithography machines has caused ASML to lose many potential orders. A customer had already placed an order for an EUV lithography machine, but the delivery could not be completed. This is not what ASML wants to see. However, ASML uses American technology, so it cannot make independent decisions on many things, and can only let nature take its course. Who knows that not only EUV lithography machines, but also DUV lithography machines are also in a situation of being adjusted by the rules. The United States, Japan and the Netherlands have reached an agreement. ASML stated that it is aware of the agreement reached by the three parties, but it will take time for the agreement to be implemented and will not affect the performance in 2023. The implication of ASML is that there is still time to implement the rules for DUV lithography machines, and customers can start preparing and place orders quickly. ASML needs to use this method to win orders. Obviously, the business environment has changed. However, unlike ASML, the American company Qualcomm can continue to cooperate with Chinese companies without being affected. The United States has announced that it will cut off all ties between US companies and Huawei, including but not limited to restricting the shipment of 4G, Wi-Fi 7, artificial intelligence, and other products. After the news came out, Qualcomm publicly supported Huawei, saying that its supply to Huawei would not be affected by this restriction. On the one hand, ASML is facing restrictions on shipments, and on the other hand, Qualcomm can continue to cooperate. This is the opposite situation. The United States continues to win over the Netherlands, and Japan forms an alliance to adjust the rules for lithography machine shipments, without caring about the interests of Japanese and Dutch suppliers. And what about American companies? As far as Qualcomm is concerned, as long as what Qualcomm said is true, it can basically be concluded that the United States is maintaining US companies first. Moreover, after Qualcomm publicly supported Huawei, the United States did not refute Qualcomm's view that it could continue to supply Huawei, indicating that it tacitly agreed that what Qualcomm said was true. In fact, there are early signs of the United States' preference for American companies, which can be seen from the licenses. Over the years, many foreign suppliers have applied for supply licenses to the United States, hoping to continue doing business. There are also many foreign companies that have obtained licenses, such as Samsung and Kioxia. And more licenses are won by US companies, such as Qualcomm and Intel. Especially for Qualcomm, as long as it is not a 5G product, the rest of the chips are basically not hindered by supply, and the money is smoothly earned by Qualcomm. Qualcomm has become the only source for Huawei's mobile phone chip procurement. At the beginning, MediaTek also submitted a supply application. If successful, Huawei can also find MediaTek to purchase chips and balance suppliers. However, MediaTek's supply application fell into the sea, and there was no movement. MediaTek is the world's largest supplier of mobile phone chips, and the application cannot be ignored. The lack of results has already explained everything. Why did only Qualcomm get the license? Why most applications from foreign companies are either rejected or disappear? The United States wants to do business for its own people, and supply applications worth tens of billions of dollars have been won by American companies. Looking at Japan today, the agreement between the Netherlands and the United States will not do any good to the two, and will also lose a lot of chip market sales for no reason. It is estimated that Rihei would sigh, "We have been tricked," paying the price of losing business in exchange for such a chicken feather result. In fact, ASML has already seen through the essence of the matter. ASML CEO Peter Wennink said that ASML can only sell old equipment to China, while American chip manufacturers can deal with customers in the Chinese market safely. In addition, ASML also revealed that its sales in the Chinese market accounted for only 15%, while American companies accounted for about 30%. Obviously, ASML cannot accept this result. Why should it be constrained everywhere in an open market environment? Why did the United States hinder the development of other countries, and finally the United States became a beneficiary? Now Qualcomm's attitude of supporting Huawei will cause American companies to follow suit. Because the thinking of other American companies is probably the same as ASML. Since they are all American companies, they also have the same customers. If Qualcomm can supply goods smoothly, but other companies need to abide by the rules, they can easily accept the reality when they see the loss of orders. Most US companies have fallen into a situation of declining revenue and profits, and large-scale layoffs have made life difficult for US companies. Maintaining customer orders is very important. If Qualcomm can maintain supply cooperation, there will be more and more voices opposing the rules. As the saying goes, there is more help than righteousness, but little help when there is no righteousness. In the face of big right and wrong and chip globalization, many people will make the right choice.